So today is July the 23rd, 2023, and that means it's 70 years since Graham Gooch was born. Today is his 70th birthday. He has become a national treasure for all that he's done for English cricket, and I wrote an article about him and I sent it off to the Cricketer magazine, but they only published a subset of my full-length version, so you can actually see it in the July issue in the letters section. But today I'm going to read out the full extract as a tribute to Graham Gooch, one of my heroes as I was growing up. So here we go. So Graham Gooch turned 70 in July 2023. Excluding a one-off first-class return in 2000, he has spent the last 26 years enjoying life as a pundit, coach, selector and post-dinner speaker. And whatever the role, as with his playing days, he is the consummate professional. I started following cricket in 1986 when I was 7. Gooch debuted as far back as 1975, was discarded the same year and returned in 1978. He then served a ban between 1982 and 1985 for touring apartheid South Africa. So in effect, he was an international of only 5 years when I first encountered him, and he was already 33. From 1986, the absences continued. He was picked, dropped, chose to be omitted, given the captaincy and replaced almost immediately. By September 1989, age and form were not in his favour, yet with England at rock bottom, after a humiliating Ashes series defeat, he was asked to take charge again. For the next 4 years, he blossomed as a player, leader and person in the autumn of his career. He had witnessed Amiratism as a lieutenant, and now, at the helm, he would mould the national side into a very different unit. He implemented a regime with the mantra, if you fail to prepare, then prepare to fail. Training, fitness, diet programs, strategic meetings, specialised coaching, intrinsic to the modern era, are a result of Gooch's forward thinking from 30 years ago. The value of the approach is evidenced with the success England had against the powerful West Indies in the 1990s. 330 versus India in 1990 and 150 not out versus the West Indies in 1991 remain the stuff of legends, innings we still discuss today. However, the 123 in the same test as the triple hundred deserves equal attention, as it is indicative of Gooch's character. Regardless of what he did next, he was going to be man of the match and there was no chance of losing, but he was committed to finishing and winning the race. Thus he reset and applied himself again, and crucially, he was doing so for the team. I consider the 123 example when addressing my own daily objectives. Gooch's professionalism is not limited to practice. He never sledged, used illegal substances, partook in drunken escapades, cheated, contravened the spirit of the sport, argued with officials, or ranted through the media. In the chapters following his retirement, he maintains a thought process before actioning. Like his batting, there is a structure and plan based on a premise of integrity. Those like Gooch, who are not born into privilege, take longer to access the finer things. When they do, given the hard yards they had to endure, their sense of satisfaction is more pronounced. David Gower had the trappings of wealth from birth. This could possibly resulted in a more casual attitude, which could explain the fallout with Gooch, who was keen to take English cricket on a new path. Gooch emphasised that when he was England captain, he was not just in charge of the other 10 men, he was also the leader of all the village clubs, school clubs, female sides and disabilities in the country. Such inclusivity is readily applicable on a personal level. Since 2018, Gooch has recognised me at matches and events. He politely engages and I cherish those encounters. He may be the highest run getter across all formats in history, but he makes time for his fans. At our last interaction, he paid a delightful compliment, saying I was a strong supporter of the longer version of the game. I was touched. Gooch is a role model in the cricket fraternity. I've tried to emulate his attitude. Previously, I used to fail to prepare. Now, thanks to his example he has set and showcased publicly, I prepare so that I do not fail. Thank you, Graham, and happy birthday. And I've just got a few other sort of little tidbits about his career, which I think people might find interesting. Imran Khan commenced his test career in June 1971 and finished in January 1992. Gooch's time frame was July 1975 to February 1995. And in that 17-year overlap period, England played Pakistan 20 times, but for various reasons, Gooch and Imran Khan never played together. So not watching those two legends face off after 5 days is a tragic loss. During the 3-3-3, which was held at this ground, after 5 sessions, he was 299 not out. I asked him what he ate at the break, possibly the only man to be stuck on such a court at an interval. He said it was a biscuit and a cup of tea. The 1990 England versus India Lords match report in the Wisden 1991 Almanac is coincidentally on page 333. Gooch signed the leaf of my edition. Gooch could never make 100 against every county. His love for Essex would not allow him to face them and thus achieve the creamy collection. Both Gower and Gooch have confirmed that they're very much back in touch and their past feud is well and truly over. And finally, Gooch's statistics improved dramatically from his mid-30s, and it's not possible to ascertain whether the experience or captaincy contributed to the boost, as both factors occurred simultaneously. From a period point of view, from 1975 to 1989, his average was 36. From 1990 to 1995, it's boosted up to 51. However, as a non-captain, his average is 35, but as a captain, it's a whopping 58. A huge gulf there. Either way, he played 118 test matches, scored 8,900 runs with an average of 42.58 with 20 centuries. I'm outside Lords today, where he has scored the highest test and first class score and the most runs on this ground in test cricket. And I just wanted to come here, as I said at the beginning, and just pay tribute to a legend of the game who makes time for people like me, the supporters. And I hope you have a very happy birthday, Graham, and I hope there are many more to come. Thank you.